Welcome to Classroom on the Couch. I'm Taylor Cantrell and I'm a member of the Dyer County 4-H program. Today I'd like to share with you a few of my exotic animals. This is Comet. He is a crested gecko. Crested geckos originated on an island off of the coast of Australia called New Caledonia. His diet consists of a mix, kind of like oatmeal, but for him it has bugs and crickets and fruits and vegetables. It's in a powder and all we do is add water. Something pretty cool about him is that he loses his tail, but most people think it'll grow right back, but it really won't, so he has to use it in a very important situation. So you can kind of see where it's white, that's where he'll drop his tail. We got him at an exotic pet expo, and many of the older crested geckos had already lost their tails due to stress. So it's really important for us to keep him in a calm enclosure where he never gets stressed out or has to lose his tail. This is Cornelia. She is a corn snake, if you couldn't tell by her name. Corn snakes originated right here in North America. They live all throughout cornfields, eating the mice and rats who eat the corn. So she eats a small rat or a large mouse every Friday. She is super docile too. She had never bitten anybody until one day my little brother thought it would be cool to hand feed her. So he was her first victim, but since then she hasn't tried to bite anyone else. But that was totally his fault. She can grow to be almost 6 feet long, and right now she's a little over 5 feet. She is not venomous, so she makes for a great pet. Next, we'll talk about the Madagascar hissing cockroaches. Since they're named Madagascar cockroaches, where do you think they're from? Madagascar, of course. They also have the word hissing in their name. And that's because they hiss whenever they're trying to attract a mate or warn off predators. In the wild and in captivity, they like to live in rotten trees or dead wood. They'll grow to be 2 to 3 inches in length. And what's really cool is that the female will carry her eggs inside of her for 2 months, and then the babies will hatch inside and crawl out. The next animal I'm going to talk about is one of my favorites. This is Buddy. He is a yellow-bellied ball python. Ball pythons are constrictors. That means they wrap around their food and suffocate it before they eat it. Buddy's favorite food are fuzzies. He eats about 2 fuzzies every week, and a fuzzy is just a baby mouse who's barely started to get hair on it. And he refuses to eat them dead. He loves going in for the kill. When he's full grown, which will take about 4 to 5 years, he'll be 3 feet long. Now, if he was a female, he could get all the way up to 5 feet long. He's a super docile snake, and he does not have venom, but I'm sure a bite wouldn't feel too good. Next, I'm going to tell you about the animal that it took me the longest to bond with. This is Rosie. She is a Chilean rose-haired tarantula. So her name kind of gives it away, but she is from Chile. She's a super docile spider, but like anything, when scared, she'll react. So instead of biting, she likes to shoot out hairs. So when I get done holding her, my hand might be a little itchy, and that's just from the hairs that she shot out. She's a terrestrial spider, so instead of having a tall enclosure, her enclosure's super long because she likes to forage on the ground. Her favorite thing to eat is gut-loaded crickets. Now, gut-loaded just means that we've packed that cricket full of nutrients and proteins before the spider eats it, because she'll suck all of that cricket's guts out, and then she'll retain more of the nutrients if we fed the cricket a balanced diet. Next, we'll talk about the vinegaroon, also known as a whip scorpion. Unlike other scorpions, her tail isn't a stinger. It's just used for her to feel her way around because she has really poor eyesight. What's cool is that she can squirt out acidic acid onto her prey or predators and give her a running start. She's a super docile animal most of the time, and her pinchers don't hurt if they pinch you. She loves eating crickets and even really small mice if she can get a hold of them. She originated right here in the United States, around Texas. This last animal is one of my favorites, and probably the prettiest. This is Zuli. She's a sun conure. Sun conures can live to be 15 to 20 years old, and she is already 13. She originated from Brazil in tropical rainforest, so she likes the warm climate. She's super loud. We can hear her all the way across the street if we're at our neighbor's house and she gets to squawking. Her diet consists of birdseed and dried fruits and nuts. And one of the coolest things about her is that I've had her for a really long time. And we're super bonded, so bonded that we can do this. I hope you enjoyed learning all about my exotic animals. Thanks for watching.